Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I I took some time to unwind at this park I used to frequent. I haven't been here in uh, I'll say since like late last year. I just walked the trail. Well, I walked around it a couple times, so that's why I'm kind of sweating. This video might be the most vulnerable, um, bare, truthful video I've done so far. And I'm just talk about the what's been happening recently with me, and the decisions I've been making, the decisions I haven't been making as well. So I'm sitting in my car. I got the luxury of being here as long as I want tonight. So I'm grateful. I really am. Even though all the stuff that's been happening, I'm grateful. So within the past, yeah, also a year and a quarter. Um, I've been crashing out. Some are small, and it's because of a lot of not just repressed anger, but me, I guess me putting myself in situations that I know would hurt me or have the capacity to hurt me, the capabilities. And it's almost like this, like here was a crash out, and it just kept on elevating to the point where I felt like there was no limit. Some of the crash outs, I got into fights, not just arguments, but actual fights. Some of the crash outs, I said some real hurtful shit. And that's one thing too. I want to talk about the different worlds that that we live in, and some of them, people aren't aware that they're living in them. If I were to talk about astrology, or talk about how throughout my life, even when I was at my most joyous or bubbly, goofy, I still carried around something heavy, and that heaviness forced me to go deep and really see and understand people, things that we have, things that we may take for granted. All creation comes from something deep down. And this car I'm in, the metals is all generated from down below, right? The water I'm drinking, everything worth just everything tangible, you know, everything that has its value starts from down below. So growing up, when I'm forced in certain predicaments, like I said, forced in certain predicaments, I learned that everything is deeper than what it seems. Everything. Even the simple hello. Even the simple emoji, a simple heart. Something lies beneath it. But here's the thing. When you become so aware of things that lie beneath the surface, and even when you dive deeper, you'll learn that those depths just never stop. It'll always be undiscovered. You start to really cherish what you have up above. And whatever you might generate deep within yourself, and you bring it out to the world, not everyone's going to really resonate with it. Not everyone's going to appreciate it. Not everyone's going to respect it. Or you. Not everyone's going to truly care unless it's something that could like fulfill them in the moment. And my experiences within the past few days, as deep as I've gotten in my life, as all the precious things that I've discovered about people, myself, precious being, to my in my favor and against my favor. Things that are vile, things that are soul crushing, all the stuff I learned and all the stuff that I presented to those that I love deeply, well, some that I love deeply. Yesterday I had a revelation that they don't care, or it didn't matter. But the two worlds I want to talk about before explain what happened yesterday. The two worlds. You got this physical plane, and you have an elevated plane where people want instant gratification. They want validation to the point where they like truly feel like they're elevated, right? They're esteemed. They're just better than someone. So you got those two. Then you got what's down below. The darkest pits of consciousness, things people don't want to see, things or an area that people don't want to be in. This area down below is the most serious. Like, that area is, I don't know if I said it earlier, but if you want to take things in this physical plane seriously, you have to go down below. But you're going to come across people who are right here, right, like in the middle, and they turn this world, this material world, this physical world, all they see it as is their own playground of fulfillment, instant gratification, attention, a very egocentric world. What's that? Oh, that's a Shelby. So, yesterday I crashed the fuck out. It's been a while since I really yelled that much at someone. All the I was crying too. All of the everything that was true within me, even true about people, even true about the person I was talking to. It didn't matter. So I was crying. I was crying. No matter how much fervor, how much pure intent, how much sacrifice, how much love everything was charged with, it didn't matter because that person, you know where they're at? They're right here. Their aim was to get the praise and the attention, validation on that level from anyone who would, you know, make them feel better about themselves. All while I'm over here feeling like, you know, my real self, my true self never really mattered, at least to you. So I said I ain't say no insults. I said the fucking truth. Some people manifest their own they manifest their own reality about themselves. Sometimes people will be like however they see themselves is usually a much lower version of who they really are. but they speak that into existence, and they wonder why. They wonder why the way that they spoke about themselves becomes the reality of them. You say you're a piece of shit. Eventually, you're gonna show that you're a piece of shit. You say you have no. All right, wait. Sorry, let me not laugh. You say you have no control over yourself. What you gonna do? Right? You're gonna do things and be clueless of them. But you know what you really are doing? You're working that manipulative charm, putting yourself in situations that you think don't don't have. Sorry, you think don't um, reflect who you are. Right? You play the victimized game, the victim game. But in reality, or actuality, you're right where you fucking want to be. I came to a realization that people just want to have their cake and eat it. What's it? Have their cake and eat it too. Um, and I was there just to be siphoned from. I was feeding somebody until I started feeding them the medicine that they really needed, and they threw that shit up all on me. Now, when you crashing out for that long around someone or with someone or around people, eventually they're gonna wanna have a break from it, regardless of what they've done to you, or what they continue to create that is obviously against you. And it's a very sad performance of inadequacy, a very sad performance of low self-esteem, low self-worth. Someone just tried to take me along that ride, insulting the very essence of me. So that's when I became the most angry. That's when I was boiling. That's when I was screaming. And I was screaming to someone who doesn't value themselves, doesn't respect themselves. All they want is All they want is what they pretend to not create. All they want is validation. And in hindsight, I can't tell you how much shit I've been hearing. And stuff I'm realizing. Some people you clearly show that you're there to help them be better, help them reach the better versions of themselves. And while you're doing that, while you're breaking your back doing that, giving what you can or giving what you don't have, truly, you know what they're gonna say? Whenever you start mentioning things that really go against or disrespect you, really go against how you see yourself, you know what they're gonna say? You think you're better than me? And in what area do people think they're better than others, right? These two, surface and above. When you go down below, there's no such thing as being better than someone. If anything, you start to learn, like, damn, maybe I'm better off like without certain things or certain people. But the most precious things are generated down below. So precious that they come up to aid and love you. And what do some people do in return? They try to dull all those diamonds and the jewels and gems. They dull them. They rub against them. They just dull them. They take the sparkle out of it, and they take the sparkle out of you. So, yesterday, maybe I should have recorded this video right after the debacle. Yesterday, I've been keeping up like a steady eating regimen, but in the morning, like around like 10 or 11, I had like a little bowl of watermelon. Then once that stuff had happened, I was fueled by rage, the internal flames. And I felt like I felt my veins turn cold, and my vision was just my vision and my brain, like my mind, my thoughts. It came from such a fit state, like, of emotion. I just felt like a gigantic fuming iceberg or something. And at the start of the video, I talked about, or I mentioned, I mentioned things that I stopped myself from doing. There's nothing more for me to prove. Nothing more for me to show. Well, I'm gonna show how macho I am. Fuck somebody up. How more of a man I am than someone. Part of my anger stemmed from me seeing that up here it's just a fucking playground. People are gonna play. They're gonna play with other people. They're gonna play you, me. No matter how deep you've gone into your conscience, your subconscious, no matter how battered your spirit was and how you repaired yourself, no matter how many times your soul was crushed and you came out to give them the love that you felt they deserve. No matter how painful your tears are, no matter how loud you yell, people are gonna be here and they wanna just keep playing. Your feelings don't matter. Only thing that matters is how this physical world can make them feel. Only thing that matters is them escaping themselves. Only thing that matters is I'm saying only thing. I'm talking about 3-4 different things. Another thing that matters is finding someone that they can mirror so they can feel better about themselves. Sorry. I almost dropped my phone right there. But yeah, so they can feel better about themselves. All while you over there at your worst, they got something. As as soon as that little situation ends, they got something to make them feel better. While you spend all that time truly trying to help them be better, they got someone else. They got someone to make them feel better right there, despite your crying. Because you know what? All that crying, all that yelling, you know where that's coming from? Down below. And you know where they are? Up here. And what are they doing when they up there? They looking down at you. And let me tell you something. That type of rage showed you where the war truly is. The war ain't up here. This is the playground. The war is down below. And in war, that's when people are at their most ruthless, right? That's where I was. Or that's where I've been the past year or so. For what? For someone not to give a fuck. For someone not to give a fuck. If they see this, then they know it's true. Because look at what they look at what they tend to. They tend to always disrespect themselves. They tend to things that disrespect you. Living proof. If people know what they do to people, they have an amazing way of showing it. Sorry, they have an amazing way of yeah, acknowledging it and showing some sort of care to it. I've been dealing with more of this, or intensified energy within me. To come across people who bless you. To come across people who feel like they're so alone. They say they're lonely. They're so lonely. And then they meet me. I think they really start to see what a loner really is, or what it really means to be alone. You're not alone when you pick up your phone, and then you're not alone. You know? At least I'm smiling now, somewhat. My mind runs like 1,000,000 miles a minute or a second. And I'm noticing that my eyes do too sometimes. Whoa. It's not an anxiety thing. It's just I don't know. But then there are also times when my eyes move real slow. It's a playground. People just want to win. They want things and people that make them feel like they're winning. But then they come across people like you, and they take, and they want you to feel like you're just losing as much as they are. You know? They come into your life saying they a loser and this and that. And guess what happened? You started losing. While we over here trying to make them win, deep in their hearts, they feel like they losers. Or, I don't fucking know. It's like, with some people, you don't know. Some people are just such good manipulators, Damn. It's a playground. It's a performance. And while you all the way down here, being as serious as you can be, seeing things, like seeing how serious things can be or are. They still gonna choose to play with you. After my moment of rage, I literally felt like I gotta close my eyes to say this, so I gotta say it properly. Yikes! I I felt like a tsunami or just a fucking. I felt like a tsunami, an ice storm, the waves within me finally started to subside. Things started to slow down. The ice wasn't as tense, or maybe it started to melt. But now all I gotta do is deal with this bitterness. So if you're watching, well, not you, but the person I'm talking about, if you're watching, you win. And sometimes there are moments where I notice that when I had those crash outs, they felt victorious just because I was acting that way. But now I'm learning that every crash out I may have is a victory for me. I really felt relief saying all that stuff. I felt relief doing what I did for that person. But I bottled up so much. I tried to I tried to help so much. And these are the results. Some peace. And like I said, I gotta just deal with the bitterness, deal with the happiness. Because that's what they're doing. The second part, focusing on their happiness. I need to say some prayers. My ancestors care. That ancestral rage I have in me, they care. The person I was raging at, they don't care. But I guess I shouldn't care if they don't, or if they do now. Because they've already made their mark. They proved that the most precious parts of me were nothing. when they're out of control, when didn't know what they was doing. They didn't intend for it to be that way. They didn't intend for that to happen. They didn't mean it this way. I'm more powerful than you think. All it took was me being me tending to these screens more. And today, when I was before I got in the car, when I was walking around the park, I don't know why, but because I walked around it a few times, and there were some people who they're really like looking like deep into my eyes as I was walking by them, but they didn't say anything. Like, so I don't know, but that was a little different. I don't know if it's like some sort of energy around me, energy in my eyes. I tried. I tried. One thing about plutonic energy, when you see something heavy, well, when it comes to relationships, when you see something like heavy and something like critical or pivotal at the beginning, that weight is hard to let go because that's the truth. That is them. Ain't no more of a seeing the best in people. They gonna treat you the fucking worst. It's never failed in my life. And this ain't no pessimism. This ain't no pessimistic streak. But when you see that shit, when they pull it out from underneath them, from the pits, when they actually like go down deep below and pull some shit out, and they present something that is clearly them, but they keep on denying to you. It just shatters the trust that you have or that y'all built. And it's a mark of character. Ain't no accident. Ain't nothing. Ain't no traumatic response. You chose to do that shit. You consciously chose to do that shit. And one thing about plutonic energy, it fits water. It's like, hold up, let me see. I brought up the levels earlier, right? The physical world, the inflated ego position, and about down below, this is plutonic energy, right? Plutonic waters, plutonic ice, like the coldest. That water is still. And it is so reflective, immaculate. When you look down, that's you. That is you. And eventually you start to notice there ain't no escaping you. But maybe, if you choose, there's a way to be a better you, right? But the more you keep on trying to escape you, you is gonna keep on following you. So when you're looking down in that reflection, and you make the choices you make, you say the shit you say, what's gonna happen? That shit gonna bounce right back up to you. But what you gonna say? Oh, I didn't mean it. It wasn't my intention. It's not that serious. Don't you trust me? All right. A walking mirror. That's me. All right. That's it. Yeah, I think I'll stop it right there.